So here we are back at Troy. Aeneas, I kept saying Vergil last time when I meant Aeneas. Aeneas is in Troy. He's seeing Helen. He is also, remember, relating this story to Dido. Aeneas himself in the present time is in Carthage telling Dido about the fall of Troy. These are his words, and right now he is quoting his mother speaking to him back in Troy. So he's seeing Helen, and Venus shows up to him and is trying to distract him from dispatching Helen in his anger and turning his attention more towards his own family. Now, she has some dual motivation in this. She wants to protect Aeneas, but also remember, Helen was her idea, if you follow the myth of the golden apple of strife. Okay, here we go. Non tibi tindaridis facies in visa lacainae culpatusve paris. This might be more familiar if it's V. Culpatusve paris divin clementia divum has evertit opes sternit qua culmina Troiam. All right, so not for you, not to you. This is an ethical dative, our book calls it. It's a dative of reference. This is the tibi that you stick in as like a you should know, or by the way. Not you should know. Facies, that doesn't come from facio. It's a fifth declension noun. Facies, faciei, and it means face, countenance, something like that. And it's feminine, so Invisa agrees with it. Tindaridis and lacainae are both genitive. So, not you should know the envied face or hateful face, hated face of the daughter of Tindaridis the Spartan, that's Helen the Spartan, or Paris the blameful. And then you have to imagine some sort of conjunction here, an adversative one like that. Divum inclementia, the inclemency, the mercilessness of the gods, This is just an emphatic repetition. So her point here is that, well, finish the sentence. Not these things, but the gods' mercilessness, the gods, apostrophe, has overturns these resources, these wealths. So this is a way of speaking of Troy, and is laying low Troy from its summit, from its high place. So she's trying to excuse Helen from blame. It wasn't her dumb face that did all this. It wasn't even Paris, although he's definitely culpable. It's the gods. Let's blame it on the inclemency of the gods. This is an old argument that goes way, 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 way back, most famously maybe by Gorgias in his encomium of Helen. Let's not blame Helen. It was the gods' fault for the Trojan War. Aspice nam quomnem quae nunc obducta tuenti mortalis habitat visus tibi et humida circum. Caligat nub eripiam. Okay, this is a sort of complicated parenthesis, but it starts with this imperative. Look. Nam quomnem for. Here's the main clause. Nam quomnem, there's the verb, and omnem agrees with nubem. So the rest of this is a relative clause which interrupts this fairly simple main clause. For I will take away the whole cloud. All right, so that will make sense in a second. She's saying, look, I'm going to reveal something to you. When gods want to hide things, they hide them by wrapping them in clouds. We've seen that before already. Look, she says, for I will take away the whole cloud, which now, coming obducta, coming in the way of those of the one looking. So that's a dative with obducta. having been led before the face of you as you are looking, obscures mortal visions. So this is visus, accusative plural of that fourth declension word, and this is mortalis, also accusative third declension adjective. I will take away the whole cloud which now led before the faces of those looking, obscures mortal visions for you, your mortal visions, and that is your ability to see, and being quite wet is fogging things up all around. Kaligat. You can come up with your own translation for that. I will take all of that away. 2. Ne qua parentis iusa time. This is an imperative made negative by this and made emphatic by having the pronoun in there. So you do not fear, and this is qua, but since it's after ne, after num nisi, what is it? After si nisi num and ne, all the alis go away. So that's ali qua. Do not fear any orders of your parent, nor refuse to obey my instructions, precepts. Heek, not hick, but heek. Here, in this place, it's like she's pointing. She's like, I'm going to take away this cloud and show you what's really happening over there. Here, hic ubi disiectas mole sa vulsaque saxi saxavides, where you see, there's the verb, where you see the masses dislodged and rocks torn away from the rocks. So this is like the walls being pulled down. Mixto quundantem pulvere fumum, and where you see smoke undulating. So this is like a wave word. You know, unda is the word for a wave. So what does smoke do when it's waving? Smoke waving with ash mixed in. That's an ablative absolute. With where you see that stuff, Neptunus moros, magnoque mota tridenti fundamenta quatit, totam qua sedibus urbem eruit. Neptune, verb, is shaking the walls. Neptune shakes the walls, and the foundations moved by his great trident. Uh-oh, this is a big battle with gods in it now, Aeneas. This is bigger than you. And is tearing down the whole city from its seats, from its foundations. Heek, in that other place over there, or this other place over here, Juno sciasivissima portas prima tenet. Here, Juno, most fierce, is the first to hold the Scaean gates. That's the doorway into the city of Troy. Sociumque furens a navibus agmen ferra cincta vocat. And in her rage calls forth an allied marching line from the ships. She, Acincta, agrees with Juno, girded with a sword. Oh, that's bad news too. Iam sumas arces Tritonia respice pallas insedit. Already, look, another imperative thrown in there, just make this really vivid. Look, Tritonian palace sits upon the highest citadels, gleaming. That says nimbo. That means in a cloud. Ours has limbo, which means a fringe, like part of her tunic or something. Yeah, that would be like an ablative of respect. Gleaming from or in her fringe, and the fierce Gorgon. The fierce Gorgon is the figure on her shield. Whoopsies. Don't do that. And that's ablative. Just like limbo. That is the Aegis, which is on her shield, the head of Medusa. So she's gleaming with respect to these things. That is, those things are gleaming on her, and you can see them. Oh no, ipse pater donais animos virisque secundas sufficit. The Father himself, that's Jupiter, of course, is supplying spirit, courage to the Greeks. That's a dative with a compound verb. Sufficit is making, literally like making the accusative under the dative, making the fighting spirit go up under the Greeks. Viris. It's not men. No, it's viris. So that's a long I there. You can tell by scanning, and that is a long I, which makes this form of vis. It's accusative, like vires, and it agrees with secundas. It is also another accusative going with sufficit and the dative danais. So the Father himself is supplying fighting spirit and following strength, favorable strength to the Greeks. Ipse Deus in Dardana suscitat arma. He himself is stirring up the gods against the Trojan arms. Eripe nate fugam, finem quim pone labori. Take flight, son, and make an end to your labor. Nus quaberet tutum patrio te limine sistam. Never will I be away from you. That's ab sum, so that's future. Et tutum patrio te limine system, and I will place you safe on your father's threshold. So don't stay here and think about killing Helen. Get on with yourself and go find your family, starting with your father.